Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Lynn Van Devender, and I'm the Director of Projects for the Common Pool, the company that was responsible for the design and development of the SC2 Challenge. As you may know, this is a White House initiative that came out of the Domestic Policy Council, and it's being administered by the U.S. Department of Commerce Economic Development Agency. There are 3 cities participating in the SC2 Challenge. They are Greensboro, North Carolina, Hartford, Connecticut, and Las Vegas, Nevada. And each of those 3 cities went a competitive bidding process in order to participate in these competitions. So for those of you who aren't yet familiar with the specifics of the competition for Greensboro, we'd really like for you to go to the Greensboro.sc2prize.com URL, and you can see that URL up in the corner of your screen there, where you can read up on the specifics of the competition. One of the advantages of our program design is that we've been very transparent and open and fair in terms of identifying what's required to participate, who will be assessing the submissions, and how they will be scored, and how the scores and comments will be used. All of that information is available on the website, and you can go to greensboro.sc2prize.com to see that information. However, for today's purposes, we're going to assume that most of you have already familiarized yourself with the details of the program. And our purpose today is really to dig into exactly how you're going to go about acting as a judge, since you're all members of our evaluation panel, and we appreciate you and thank you for doing that. And Jordan's going to be walking you through the scoring, how you're going to be scoring each of those teams that will be assigned to you. So before I turn it over to Jordan Blumhart, who is our prize administrator and who will be leading us through the training, I'm going to stop and have Prince John say a few words.
The main goal we have for today is for all the judges to get familiar with the user interface and see exactly the process that you will go through when you rate proposals. I do want to make 2 points. Most likely, each judge will have 5 to 8 proposals to review. And when you review, there will be 3 criteria that you will focus on. Is this submission locally oriented or local? Is it feasible? And is it innovative? And when you look at the scoring rubric, it gives you definitions for each submission, if it hits the mark or if it misses it. You want to rely on that when you do your rating process. The last thing is you want to use the interface. It's very intuitive, and I think you'll find it's very easy to use. Thank you.
Thank you, Prince John. Jordan, it's all yours.
Okay, great. We'll just start off first here on the main page of the website. In order to log in as a judge, I believe you'll be provided with credentials to do that. Just click on Login at the top right of the page. And we're just going to log in as a sample judge right now. When you log in, you'll be brought to a dashboard page. On this dashboard page, you're provided with a judging history box. This box will show you kind of a summary of all of the submissions that you have to judge. In order to judge those submissions, you can start right here and click on Review from here, but you'd probably be better to go to the full page where you can see all of them. So you can either go to Full Page here at the bottom of the box, or you can go to the Dashboard menu at the top and click on Judging History. On the Judging History page, we have several things to review here. First of all, you are shown your name here at the top of the page and the deadline when you'll want to have finished your judging. In this first column of submission, you'll see the links to review those submissions. In the next column, you'll see the individuals that have submitted those submissions. Next column, you'll see the start date of judging, when you got started with your judging, the score that you provided for that submission after your scoring, whether or not you've finished the rubric, whether you've finished all of the scoring required in that submission, and finally a close date. I'm going to go ahead and click this real quick. We'll talk about that in a minute. You'll see a close date of when you closed and finished your submission. Okay, we'll go ahead and click in here and start the judging process and walk through that. So we'll click Review. On this page, once again, you'll be reminded who submitted, the start date of the judging, and the end date of the judging. In order to review the submission and all of the data and documents related to it, you can click on this arrow right here at the top of the box. You'll be provided with all of the contact information for the main individual of that team, and finally the documents and video for that submission. In order to read the documents, you just click on the link next to the title of the document, and it will automatically download that document of the submission for you to review. Once you've reviewed all of the documents, you can begin scoring. There are 3 different judging criterions for the scoring process. First, we'll start here with judging criterion number 1. In each one of these judging sections, there will be a black box at the top that will describe all of the parameters that you need to follow to judge that section, or what that section of judging is all about. Once you read that, you can come down here and begin scoring. To score, you just click on the bubble on this bar and drag it to the appropriate score that you think they should have for that criterion. One thing that'll help in determining this is by reading these short descriptions above each score. These descriptions will give you a good idea of what grounds to go by when giving them that particular score based on how they did in their submission document. Once you've scored, you are required to give a comment of a minimum of 50 characters. It's really very short, but you are able to leave as long of a comment as you would like. If you do not leave the comment and you try to save this section, it will prompt you telling you that you still need to leave a comment. Notice the status of this section will change from incomplete to the score that you provided as soon as you click Save. You do not have to finish scoring a section right away. You can return to finish scoring or come back to edit scoring. So if you want to go back to the judging overview page before finishing, you can click this judging overview link. Just go ahead and jump right back into our submission. Notice that since I saved that section, when I came back to my submission, it automatically brought me to judging criterion number 2. So once again, in this section, we will read the black box, judge accordingly, and provide a score, leave a comment, and click Save. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and click Next. If you click Next without saving, it will prompt you asking if you would like to save that section. So we're going to say OK. Finally, we'll just go ahead and finish this up really quickly. Judging criteria number 3. Score, comment, save. Now that we're done with the submission, we'll go back to the judging overview page and review a few more items on this page. Now that once you've submitted any score for the submission, a score will show up in your score column. So right now, this is the average score for all of the sections that you finished scoring. And it does tell you that you have finished scoring the rubric since you finished all 3 sections. Finally, you have the option of a Close Now button under the closed date. The actual closed date will be when you clicked the Close Now button. The Close Now completely closes out that submission, the judging on that submission, and finalizes that score. If you would like to be able to come back and edit that submission or have the opportunity to change any of your scoring, you will want to leave that and not click Close Now yet. Some may wish to review all of their submissions and score all of their submissions before they finalize that score. But once you do click the Close Now button, once again, you'll see that your review button disappeared, so there's no way to get back into that submission. If you do want to review your scoring, you can just click on the score, and that will give you a very brief, rather, it will put all of your scores all in the same place. Let me see if this other submission is more agreeable. Currently, it might be taking a second to load all of the scores that we just put in. So yeah, here you go. In this one, you'll see all of the scores for that submission. And finally, if you have any other questions or need a reminder on how this whole process works, there is a help video and a help section for judging. All you have to do is go here at the top right of the page and click help. Clicking this will pull up a demo video that you can go through and watch. But if you'd rather read through the instructions, you can click on the View the Help topic in Forum, and it will actually take you over to the forum and show you the full forum post. I believe that concludes the overview of the judging. Does anyone have any questions related to this process?
I came in a few minutes late. This is Barbara Akins. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, Bob.
Hey. How do you know which one you are when you, are these sent to us according to our name, a number or something, or how do you know? I see test user 11, 13, 14. Are those the different people that'll be testing? Doing the scoring, or is that the different folks sending in a submission for us to look at their application? I'm sorry, I didn't get that piece.
Sure. The submitted by column just shows who actually submitted that submission for their team.
Okay.
So those are the individuals who submitted the submission.
Okay.
These submissions will be parsed out by the administration, I believe.
Okay.
For each judge. So you will only see on this page the submissions that you are required to judge.
Okay. All right.
And Joel, let me add a point.
Sure.
Barbara, to your question, we'll do a random distribution.
Uh-huh.
We'll control for conflict of interest.
Mm-hmm.
But you will only see the proposals or submissions that have been given to you. So you won't see anybody else. So let's say you have 5 submissions to rate. Mm-hmm. You will only see those 5 when you log in.
Okay.
And I'll be sending out login information to the panel here once we finish our administrative review.
Okay. Thank you.
Are there any other questions? And I just want to assure you throughout this process that both our team here at the Common Pool and Rampant Software will be available to answer any questions that you have. And certainly you can also contact Prince John and ask questions of him as well. Please don't, we'd much rather, if you come across something that you're just not sure about, please feel free to reach out to us.
Yeah, we got one question from Wayne.
If there are any technical problems with the website while we're using it, we run into something where it hangs up for some reason, who do we get in touch with to straighten that out?
Wayne, you're free to contact me personally. I will put my email address here in the chat section of the webinar. And if I can't fix your problem for you, I will forward you to Shane, who will be able to help you with that.
Okay.
Also, Jordan, so we make it streamlined and easy for them, just let them ask me and then let me forward out to the technical team. That way we don't get a bunch of
Certainly, Prince John. That works great as well. You can forward your questions through Prince John. That would be great.
Do we get, how do we know exactly how our name is formed there, and do we have to have an exact name to fit with whatever's in the system there? Is it login?
We got a question from Pat. That's the question.
Is there a list that
has our name in it, so we know exactly what you got and what will match up with the program in terms of what our name is?
Yes, Prince John will be distributing your username and password to log into the system. And once you've logged in, then you'll see only the submissions that you need to score.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Prince John, you want to talk about, maybe you've already spoken about the timeline. Do you want to address that again, or?
Sure, we'll go ahead and hit that one more time. We're planning to be done with our administrative review tomorrow, and you should get your distribution first. You may get them on the second. So let's say you get 6 submissions to judge. You're going to have roughly 5 to 6 weeks to rate those proposals. So what I would recommend is I would look to invest about an hour to an hour and a half on each one. Depending on your judging style, you may want to read it, reflect on it, and then come back to it, or you may want to do it all in one shot. The website gives you the option to score and save before you close out. So I think that having right before Thanksgiving gives you enough time to do your proposals. Now, I do want to make a second point. When you go to rate, you may find it's easier to print out the submission, but you can do that. When you click on it, you can download the submission and you can print it out. But if you print it out, make sure that you keep track of that copy, that you don't distribute or share it, and when you get done with that copy, that you shred it. So you can print it out if you want to. Just keep track of that copy, okay? The third thing is you're going to have the opportunity to give a numerical score, but you also have the opportunity to give comments. So when you read a submission, that feedback is very valuable to the teams that have submitted in our SC2 challenge. Even if they don't come forward in the second phase, they can use that data from you to refine what they submitted, and we can use that later. So your input qualitatively is very important. And the last thing is, if you have any problems, feel free to reach out to me. My goal is to make this as easy and, I hope, enjoyable for you as possible. And, of course, we appreciate your service to the city. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Any other questions? All righty. Well, we really appreciate your time today. And, again, thank you so much for volunteering to be a judge. And as Prince John said, if you have any questions, please let us know.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.